Good morning, guys, and welcome to my parents' backyard. So, actually, that's the backyard. This is the front yard we're going to be working in today. That is pretty big. If you've seen some of my other electric mower reviews, you've seen how big this front yard is. It's actually over an acre. So I bought a Robomow robot mower, and I got the smallest, cheapest model you can. I don't think it's gonna be able to cover over an acre because in the instructions it says it can only do a quarter acre, but we're gonna push that a little and see how much this little guy can do. So here's his home here, and we are going to run his cable all the way from obviously the edge of the house here to that little row of flowers way over there. That's the edge of the property line. And if you see that fence or that gate over there, that little brick area, that is where I'm going to have him turn back to the north. So he's going to have to do about half of this front yard, which is well over the area that he is supposed to do. So you can see here, so from that brick post over there, I'm gonna have him go to about the second shrub over here. It's basically just straight across, and from that shrub it's gonna go down the driveway and then around the little pond, and then it's gonna cut this whole area here also. So all said and done, it's going to be 2,200 square meters. I don't know. I'll look at that. I'll look at that to make sure that's right, but or maybe it was 22,000 square feet that I'm remembering, or 44,000 square feet. I don't know. I'll throw those stats up on the screen here, but we're gonna get started. It is almost 10 o'clock. I probably won't get started till about 10 o'clock, so we'll see how long this actually takes me to get almost 800 feet of line buried into the ground. So here's the plan. I don't have the proper tools for the job here, but this is the wire we're going to be burying in the ground, and this here is a guide to tell you where the wire needs to be. So you put this on the wall, and that's where the wire needs to be, right about here, to drive around the hard wall. Now, if there wasn't a barrier there, you could make it that much closer, but since it's a hard wall, you have to use this whole little guide here. And I tried really hard to find a trencher to bury this wire. I called all the rental places, Lowe's, Home Depot, nobody had one. So what I'm gonna have to do is just use my edger, regular edger, and I'm just going to drive it backwards here and make a little trench and put the cable in. So we'll see if that works. I got 800 feet of wire to bury. This isn't going to be too fun, so let's go ahead and get started before it gets too hot. Okay, you'll have to excuse the labored breathing. I'm a little out of shape, but this is what we're doing here with this edger here. I'm just cutting a hole in the ground, you can see, and I'm basically just laying this wire. I'm laying this wire down into this hole, just like this. And every once in a while, I'll go behind it and put a peg in if I think it's going to pop out. You can see here, I had to go over a tree limb here, tree root. So hopefully that won't cause any problems. You'll have to excuse the noise. I'm standing under a fan right now, cooling off. But you can see the mower just chilling over here in the corner. It's waiting to be able to mow the yard, but we have a little bit of a problem. If you look over here, red is bad, solid red. That means the battery won't charge because it's too hot. So I am stuck, and evidently this battery here is bad because it shows full, but as soon as I turn the machine on, it goes to quit licking that. That's gross. It goes down to nothing and the machine quits. So I think my big cobalt battery, 5 amp hour, has gone bad. And the problem is, the good one is only 2.5 amp hours. And I didn't get very far. And it's been 30 minutes since I've used this battery, and it's still too hot to charge. Let me go out here and show you how far I got. Let's start planting this wire in the ground. This is what I've been doing all day. We're probably about, I don't know, 50% of the way through. That's going in nice. I just finished this little line. This actually went pretty quick here. There's a nice soft ground. Over here I did hit something metal. I didn't stop to dig it up or check what it is because I really didn't care. Right here. So some kind of spike. Over here around the pond, or at least it's used to be a pond. It will be again someday. This pond was all nice before the flood, so it will be rebuilt, that's for sure. But here, I'm gonna have to be a little extra careful because it's a hard boundary and the mower needs, looks like 15.5 inches. So I just got to take a little extra care on how close I get the, how close I get this wire. So let's do a few feet here in real time. I'll show you what it's like for me. Not that bad. Not going to be a perfect 15 inches, but that's okay. All right, I'm gonna go eat lunch and charge this poor battery. It is down to 1 bar. I will continue in about 30 minutes. I just wanted to check in. My time-lapse camera is inside charging right now, but we're just about to the corner. We finished this whole side of the house. About where the machine is sitting there is where the base is going to sit. Probably there by that fireplace. And then I got to fix about the first 30 feet of this wire. The time is now 4:22 in the afternoon. It is 95 glorious degrees, and I think I'm about to die. One of the things you can do with the Robomow is you can move it wirelessly with your phone if you need to. See? I'm controlling it with my phone app right now, so I don't have to carry it to the front yard. We'll just have it go to the front yard, and we're almost ready to start putting in his house. I just got to do the wiring. I'm just getting him out here and getting it ready. Uh-oh. Can't go that way. Gotta go this way. And then go that way. Weedy Gonzalez, you can wait there. I have got this thing buried, well, almost all the way. It's kind of got a little problem there. So, here's where I'm at. I got the instruction book down there. I've kind of glanced at a few pages, you know, like a real dude. We don't do a lot of time in the instructions. But one of the lines is coming right here in front. And the other one is going to come right in the behind. Oh, Lord. Anyway, they are going to plug into this little doodad here, and that will form the complete circuit. And there's Weedy Gonzalez over there. You've already seen him a few times by now. Let me go ahead and hook this up. What we're going to do, we're just going to put these two wires into this little green thing here. Both wires go into the bottom and you screw them tight. There you go. They go into the back there. And then you screw them tight. And it just goes into the bottom of that little charger plug right there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put the two wires in and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so now I am setting up the basic settings. I got the instructions here in my hand. I zoomed the camera in on the screen. I hope you can see that. I got the month, day, and year. So it is 9. Yeah, that's right. Day, month, year, time and date. It is 1700 is 5 o'clock, right? Yeah. So that's pretty close to right. It's 50, we'll say 5:03. Okay, time and date. So language, we want English. Test base station position. So the next step says to place the lawnmower 10 feet in front of the entrance of the base station facing the perimeter wire and press go to test. Alright, so we'll test that out. What we're gonna do now is it says 10 feet in front of the station facing the, I got out of the setup menu. How do I get back? To restart the setup at any time, press and hold stop plus down arrow for 4 seconds. Okay. Stop and down arrow for 4 seconds. Are you sure? Yes. Test base station position. Okay. There we go. So now it's doing what it's supposed to do. Let's see here. Okay, it found the wire. Reposition base station. Find your home. There you go. Okay. Peg base. Let's read the next page here. It'll tell you to peg the base. Insert the remaining sticks into the base. Oh, so now I guess it would have helped if I'd have read the instructions where it said don't peg the base down. I'm going to go ahead and say I pegged the base, even though I already did. Now it wants to test the perimeter wire. It says enter the size of your main area. Walk alongside the mower as it tours the perimeter. At the end of a successful tour message, wire test succeeded will be displayed and the mower will re-enter the base station. So it wants to know how big the area is. The area is way bigger than what it's supposed to be, so I don't know what it's gonna, if it's gonna like what I tell it here. Let's go ahead and, so the maximum it lets me go to is 18,000 square feet, and we're roughly about, I think I measured it at 22,000 square feet. It might be okay, so let's go try it out. I'm going to say go, test wire position, and it should drive around the whole yard, so let's go. Okay, so we've already had a malfunction. It backed up and hit this wall, and it wasn't very happy about it. So it found the base station. Please don't hit the wall this time. So my cable is an inch further from the wall than this little stick here. Let's check it over here where it's stuck. Excuse me. It's 2 inches. Not sure I understand what the problem is here. Why is it trying to drive over the wall? Let's try to restart this and see what happens. I just used the app to tell it to start mowing. So we're going to see what happens. There he goes. See, he knows he's getting close to the wire, so he slowed down. I'm going to lower it just a little bit. I'm going to hit the stop button. And it stops really quick. I'm going to lower it to 50. I'm going to tell it to start again. Now, if you remember, this yard is pretty big. So it's going to go out here and hit this boundary wire. We'll walk over to it here. We're going to beat him there. So here's the boundary wire. And here comes Weedy Gonzalez. That's what we named him. And it should bounce off this boundary wire and go another way. Not really mowing much right now because we just mowed. So he's starting fresh here. We're going to give him every chance in the world to succeed. Okay. Hitting the boundary wire. Oh, it looks like he's going to make it into the other part of the yard here. We'll follow him over there. He's got a ways to go yet. This is a lot of area for this little guy to cover. Now, this is the smallest Robomow you can buy currently. It's the cheapest one, so that's kind of part of this experiment. We're going to see if it can actually do it. So it's about to bounce off the boundary wire again. Well, it is 5:24. We'll see how long he stays out on his first run before he goes back to charge. Now he has to, from here, I'm kind of standing in the corner, so you can see here's where I made the turn with the boundary wire. So standing right here in the corner of his territory, you can look back and see everything he has to cover. There's the boundary wire, and then there is everything he's going to cover, and there he goes. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it, but we are sure going to find out. It's going to be interesting. I'll check back in with y'all in a little bit. So we have another problem here. It says it was searching for the base, but now it says cross outside. But it was searching for the base and got close to it, and then it started driving in circles over here until it drove over the top of this brick barrier here, like it did when we were trying to set it up. So something's a little off over here by the base. I told it to go home again, and this time it drove straight to it. So I don't know. The second time's the charm, I guess. There might be something weird going on, but we'll keep trying it. So it just went home. The time is 6:32. I just checked the app and it thinks it's mowed 24% of my yard, but I don't think so. It drove around for maybe an hour, hour and a half, not sure, but it didn't mow 24% of it. Of course, I told it that the yard was only 18,000 square feet, which it's a little bit more than that. It'll keep coming out and mowing. Hopefully it doesn't get hung up over there on its little house. It went back to its house with 33% battery remaining. I don't know if that's normal or not. I have it set to mow every day of the week. It gets a break from 2:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. is times that it won't mow. We'll come back in about a week and check on this and see how the lawn looks. We're not gonna mow it again with the big mower. We're gonna let this little guy do it all. So I will see y'all in a week and we will see how it's doing. Hey guys, so it's the next day. I know I said I would see you in a week, but I got a text message from my father this morning and he said the thing stopped in the front yard. So I'm making the 40-mile trip to his house to see what the heck's going on. I'm guessing it couldn't find its base again and it just stopped in the front yard randomly when it ran out of battery. But later, my mom texted me and she said that it's not even inside its loop. So it escaped its boundary wire somehow. And we're gonna go check this out and see where this thing is and what the heck happened. It's only been one day since I hooked it up and it's already had at least 3 problems. It's not functioning correctly. The barrier is the perfect distance away from that wall. It's actually an inch or 2 more than it should be. So Give me a minute to get to my parents' house, and we will see what's going on when we get there. Well, I found him. And you know what? He is outside of his area. You can see where the line is. Right here. And he is definitely outside of the line. I have no idea how that happened. Let's see what his screen says. Cross outside. So he knows he's outside. Let's check the app here. So the little message here on my phone, if I can zoom in on it, says some issues were found along the perimeter wire. Check ground, increase cutting height, or move wire inward. I wonder what happened. Move wire inward. Is it saying there's too much wire? Not sure. Mower's battery is 9%. Let's see if we can send him home and see what he does. Okay, I said to go home. So I guess we're not going to get to see him finding the base because he just ran out of battery. I don't know if you can see that. At 6% it says battery voltage low, recharge the battery. And I hit OK, but he didn't continue finding home. No charging voltage detected. Insert charging pins. So he thinks he's home. I don't know. Let's try starting him one more time here. Whoa. How did that happen? Recharge battery. Okay. He will not move anymore. 6% is as low as he'll go, so I'm going to return him to his charging dock by carrying his heavy butt all the way over there. Alright, I got Weedy Gonzalez plugged into his charging dock. And I don't know. I don't think he finished a full mow ever, because I looked at the history and there was no full mow completed. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and let him recharge, and since I'm all the way out here at my parents' house, I'll go ahead and hang out with them, go eat lunch, and then I think I might repeat the setup process again. We had some weird things happen during the setup process. I just want to make sure he's fully set up correctly before I start complaining about Robomow not being very good. So I'll get back with y'all in a few hours and we'll do this setup again. Alright guys, so we're a few hours later and I just got back and noticed he was gone. And I walked around the corner and I found him out here mowing. So he is searching for his home right now. I think he found it because he's kind of turning. So let me go ahead and stop him here. And I'm going to put him back on his house. And then we're going to do a reset. Like, I'm going to do the first time setup again. And we'll see what happens. Okay, I told it to do the first time setup here. It says to peg the base. I'm going to say okay. Put it on the biggest square footage. Test wire position. We're going to test the wire position. It should drive all the way around the yard now. Okay, it's leaving the base, and it backs up way too far. I don't know. Why did it just back out of bounds? It says adjust wire. I don't get it. So the mower is supposed to always stay on this side of the wire. It's not even supposed to be over here. Why is it doing that, guys? Okay, I'm going to give it a second chance here to figure out its life. I'm going to say go. Why does it keep trying to back up over those? Wire test succeeded. No, not another zone. Quit the setup process, okay? Searching for base. Okay, see, now it's found its base. And it just says wait on the screen. I took out these, or moved these pavers, whatever, and I filled in this hole here where they were sitting, so if he comes out and backs up, maybe he won't get stuck there. So we're gonna set it to area maximum, 18,000 square feet. Tell it to test the wire. So here it goes. What's he gonna do? Okay, he's backing up, making the turn. Where are you going? Where are you going? Your boundary is that way. Why would you keep backing up? You are well outside of your boundary here, mower. I'm sweating. It's 100 degrees here. I'm going to go inside and read the instruction book and make sure I'm not doing anything wrong. This wire is 14 inches away from that boundary. There's no way. See, he's backed out and he's on the wrong side of the wire. What are you doing? See, he's backing up. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? The perimeter is that way. Go forward. I don't understand. Why does it back up so far out of bounds? Alright, under the service menu, I found some kind of testing settings, and I told it to test the wire follow. So hopefully that's what it's going to do. Okay, found the wire. I'm gonna leave it alone and let it just keep driving and see what it does. I'll get back with y'all if it screws up or if it makes it back home. Alright guys, well he made it all the way around the edge. I really haven't changed anything. I let him go all the way around the perimeter once and he made it. And now I told him to start mowing and do a edge run first. So he's hitting the edge again, but this time he's mowing. And whenever he gets done mowing the edge, he will start bouncing off the perimeter wire like regular. It's really pretty quiet. I heard a lot of reviews that said these were louder than the Husqvarnas, which is true. I mean, it is a little louder, but I was expecting more than this. It's really not that much louder. You can still run this at night, no problem. Well, I think I got it working. At least it's mowing now, and it successfully docked, backed out, and started to mow all by itself. So we'll see how this goes. Let me tell you what I did so you'll know. All I did was I googled Robomow problems with backing out and going out of bounds. You'd seen me reset the software many times, and there's also a secondary, more extreme set you can do to reset the hardware, but then you got to calibrate some things afterwards. It'll ask you to calibrate the wheels, calibrate the bumper, calibrate something else. I'm not sure what it was, the wire. So I did all those things. Also, I saw in the fact setting on the help page for Robomow, there was a little list of things you could try, and one of them was turning off near wire follow. What near wire follow does is your tractor, mower, robot, whatever you want to call it, it will stay a different amount of space away from the wire every time it goes. That way it doesn't make trails. So all I did was turn that off, and it seems to be working a little bit better now. So at least it was when I left. I guess we'll hear from my dad if Weedy Gonzalez escapes the barrier again, or just can't find his home, or gets stuck. I don't know. But hopefully I won't see y'all until the week update, and I will let you see how well he's been mowing. Hey guys, Crazy Postman here. Well, it's been a week. I am just arriving at the house here to check and see the status of the front yard, to see how it's been. Now, I did get a phone call from my dad. I'm going to step out of the sun. It's kind of bright here. There we go. That's better. So I did get a phone call Friday night, and he said he didn't think that the mower was operating correctly. He said he pushed go and it would start to mow and then immediately die. So I haven't went back there to check on it yet. I'm walking that way now, so we're gonna go see what that's all about. First impressions for a week of non-mowing, it looks pretty good. Looks like most everything is getting covered. There's a few spots you can tell the grass is taller. But let's go over here and look at this thing. So there is something displayed on the screen right now. It's just showing the time. It says it's going to start Sunday at 20:30. So I don't know why it's not mowing right now. Let's go ahead and try to start it. Yeah, it's backing off like it's supposed to. Now it just says wait on the screen. Okay, well, there it goes. It's a little dusty, but overall, I mean, it looks to be in good shape still. Not overly dirty. There is a few places that you can tell it hasn't gotten yet. Like over here, there's some taller grass. Right here, there's a patch of tall grass. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. It's pretty bright out here. But overall, it looks pretty acceptable. I don't see any big problems. I do see a patch of grass over here. Yeah, there's a patch of grass right there. And look at this one here. It's a pretty good patch going on there. But according to the specifications, this yard is slightly oversized for it. What I'm going to do, let's switch over to the app now and I'll talk about the app. So here we are in the app now. You can see the time and that it just started mowing, and you see the battery percentage, and next to that you see a little Bluetooth icon. That's how good my connection is to him right now. I'm probably standing a few feet away from him. Let me see if I can switch over to my camera to show you how far. That's how far away I am standing from Weedy Gonzalez right now. But anyway, going back over here, you can see that he's mowing, and what we did was we went into mower settings and manage zones, and you see here for the main zone it says size. What was wrong was it was all the way on the minimum. So you can see here that it was like, I don't know, tiny. So I went ahead and bumped it all the way back up to where it's supposed to be. And we say continue. We turned off the near wire follow because that's what I think was upsetting him last time. If you remember when he was just doing spin cycle over there by his charging port or by his house. I think it was partly due to the near wire follow. So we've turned that off. Now that's pretty much the only options I have. The edge mow is on, the rain sensor is on. I don't mind sending data to Robomow as long as they don't sell it to China. Notification settings isn't going to work for me because I don't have the Robo Connect module. I might look into that. So let's just flip over here while I'm with y'all. This isn't going to be like the best. You're going to be able to see all the icons on the screen, but he is mowing. He looks pretty good. The yard looks decent, you know, especially this section of yard. I don't know if that transition will work on the presentation, but he seems to be working pretty good. He needs to, let's see if we can zoom in over there. There's a little bit of mist grass over there in that area. But as for everything else, it looks pretty good. He's coming over here. He's about to attack me. I'm thinking we'll let this go another week and I will update, because he didn't really have a fair opportunity to mow as much as he should have, because for some reason he thought the yard was smaller. So we'll go ahead and let him mow for another week just like this, and I'll check in with y'all one last time after next week and show you what the yard looks like after 2 weeks of Robomow mowing action. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next week. Hey guys, so this is the 3rd week since I installed that Robomow. This is just going to be a quick update. I just wanted to run by and give you one more glance at what the yard looks like before I make this video. Let's go ahead and check it out. It all looks even. There doesn't appear to be any places that he's missed. One thing, while it does look nicely mowed, one thing, after 3 weeks you can kind of see where his tire tracks are. If you look here, you can see that middle line there is where the wire is buried, and then there's 2 outside things. Those are the tire tracks. So it's starting to make a little bit of track along the edge. You can really kind of see it here if we zoom in and look down that line. So this right there is the wire. That one is the tire track. So that may become an issue. It's not really an issue right now. There's no spaces that it has really missed anything at all. You can see his tracks again here along the outside. There you go. That's a great picture of his tracks. You got the center line where the wire is, and then the two tire tracks on the outside. And it's a little lower than the rest of the yard because it gets mowed literally every day. Just looking off into the yard where he's mowing, it looks good. No complaints. He seems to be getting pretty close to this pole here. This is just a weather station I put in the ground for my dad because there's so many tall trees around. I had to kind of stick it way out in the front yard to get any kind of accurate reading, but yeah, it misses a little patch there. But all in all, this little thing's doing a good job. Let's go over here and check out what the mower looks like after 3 weeks. He's pretty dusty. It says he's gonna start mowing at 1937 today. Everything looks to be in good shape. It's just got a buildup of grass on the tires there. But other than that, looks good. The bumper's got quite a few little scuffs and scratches on it now. But that's okay. That's what it's there for. Bump into things. So in conclusion, once we got past the initial bugs with the setup process, everything seems to be going pretty smooth now. No spots are being missed in the yard, and everything is nice and even. So maybe I'll do a future update after maybe 6 months. But it's getting towards fall here. He's not gonna be mowing for too many more weeks. So I've just spent 15 minutes here trying to get the app to work with Weedy. I'm standing a foot from him and I cannot get the app to connect on Bluetooth no matter what I do. It says could not connect, move closer to mower or something. I could not get it to connect. So I've turned the mower off, turned it back on. I've taken the fuse out and put it back in to give it a hard reboot. After I took the fuse out for a second, I did connect to it, but it only lasted a few seconds and then it said disconnected again. So I don't know if there's something wrong with its Bluetooth or what, but that's just something to keep in mind, is its Bluetooth may be questionable. But it seems to be running the schedule like it's supposed to, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it alone and let it keep going for now. I don't know what's wrong with the Bluetooth. Thanks for watching this long video. If you got to the end, you're amazing. Make sure you hit that like button, and I will see y'all in the next one.